when I hit guys, you know, they're never the same. I know this for facts. They're never the same no matter what persona they put up, what image. Like I said, he's looking good. You know, that's great for your body. You know, I don't think he should get in shape just because of this fight. Since he's in shape and the age he is, he should stay in shape. You know, it looks great on him. And the people that looking in that's 40 or over, you should look at him and like, you know what, let me start doing it as well too. You know, the world is turning into a big health thing or whatever, you know, what people eat and how they do. You know, I even went to certain plant-based foods myself, you know what I mean, because of certain situations. But, you know, that's not bothering me about him being in shape. That I think that even make the promotion, you know, of the fight even greater. You know,
I'm not even talking about being in shape, but I'm just saying sometimes guys only can take so many punches, and
correct.
After they get beaten so many times, they can't do it anymore.
Correct.
Do you think he's at that point?
All my fighters I'm gonna fight is gonna be at that point. You know, whether especially in the rematches. You know, I definitely take something from them, and no matter how in shape that your body may look, you know, your chin is another thing. You know, you can strengthen this or whatever. You know what I mean? So. But this is what makes the fight exciting. You know, come Saturday night, nobody knows what's gonna happen. This is a fight that you don't know what's gonna happen until this happens. And people always dwelling off of the 7th round, which was a great round for him. You know, it was a lot of rounds in there that was beneficial for me. It was a lot of rounds that was beneficial for him. You know, but it's what makes great fights, and I can't wait to see what happens.
So how difficult is it in boxing? This last question for you. When you said you were meditating before, and so you're like doing visualization and all that, and if you're doing that and that you still don't know what's going to happen when you walk in the ring, does that make it anxious for you when you get in there? Is it difficult when you never know what's going to happen, even though you're trying to visualize the outcome?
Well, I like a competitive fight. You know, I you know, although I meditate on certain things and I use visualization, meaning that I visualize what I want to happen, but I also know that, you know, when you plan things, sometimes things don't go as planned. And in life, the things that hurt us the most, just like boxing, is the things that we can't see or we don't know that's coming. So I accept it all. If I visualize something that somehow it doesn't happen in the ring and he brings something else, then I'm up for that challenge. You know, that's what makes me a true champion, a great champion in the end when I overcome adversity. And in the end of the day, my hand is raised high in the sky, and they say, and still, you know, that's what makes me even more prouder as a fighter, as a father, as a friend, and just as a human being and all. So, you know.
Deontay, how much does your place in heavyweight history matter to you?
It matters to me a lot. You know, it's been an amazing run for me, and I'm just looking for greatness. Ever since I got into this sport, it's always have been about being the best. You know, doing great things in this sport while I'm here. You know, I only have a certain amount of time. This is a younger man's sport, as we always say. So anything that I do, I try to be the best, the ultimate best, you know, nothing less. And I think I've done a great job at that thus far. I got, like I said, 6 more years to go to give my love to this sport, and then I'm out of here. So with that being said, I'm looking to be the undisputed, undefeated, unified heavyweight champion of the world. And when I accomplish that, it's going to be a great feeling for me.
Okay, we got to rotate out now, guys. We got to get the next person.
Why do you want to get out in 6 years and not like sooner? You know how boxing, how like brutal of a sport it is.
Well, I feel that you know, being my age, I haven't took that much, you know, punishment and stuff. But I have at least 6 more years left. You know, with the talent that I have, you know, why not continue to keep knocking guys out and letting the people see, you know, my talent amongst the world. You know, so if he can still survive with over 500 fights and be 40. And man, that's nothing for me. So, you know, I just want to spread my love and my talent, because when I'm done, you're not going to see no one like me ever again. You know, I've been blessed, you know, by God to have such tremendous power. And I don't think, you know, people understand and recognize what they're seeing and what they're witnessing. They're waking up, but you know, I don't think they really understand it. You know, so 6 more years I'm going to give them to understand. That way they can't say, well, I didn't give them a chance, because you're getting a chance right now, you know. So I just thank everyone for the support that's been supporting boxing in a whole. And November 23rd, baby, you don't want to miss it. If you can't be here, you better click it.
Deontay, how does it feel to be the BMF of boxing?
Man, it feels amazing, you know. It feels amazing to be the baddest man on the planet. you know, and I test anyone in the world of that, you know. And but on the other hand, you know, it's always motivational, you know, for myself and others. You know, I have so many men, women, old, young, always writing me or coming up or traveling to see me just to deliver a message to me, to tell me how much I motivate them and inspire them to be a better person than what they were, you know. And when I hear that, you know, it's like, what have I done? Because it's not for cameras, it's not for clout, you know, it's actually me being me, you know, spreading my love amongst the world and just giving my opinion of what I feel and what I think, you know. And for others, it's been a lot for them. A lot of people, you know, it's been great for their life, you know. They tell me, you know, I'm like, damn, me, you know, just, you know, because I don't really think I'm just a normal guy, you know, and that's how I like to carry myself. I know I'm the heavyweight champion of the world. I have nice things or whatever, but in reality, I'm just me, man. I'm just a normal guy, just trying to be great and lead by example, not only to the world but to my children.
Deontay, there's a lot of buzz after this rematch with Luis Ortiz. Why did you feel that you had to give him another opportunity this time around?
Well, it's a lot on the line with him. You know, age. He have an ill daughter. You know, he's not getting the opportunity as he's supposed to, and I feel like he's one of the best. And if you're one of the best, you got to get the opportunities, because in a whole boxing, it's a small community, and if people are complaining about fights, then, you know, and I look at this fighter, I'm like, man, he's one of the most dangerous fighters in the heavyweight division. He make a great fight for anybody. And I don't think there's not one person in this room would disagree with that, you know. But because of the lack of confidence that other fighters have within themselves, they don't want to give him the opportunity. So when I look amongst that, you know, it allows me to, like, hey, I'm gonna do it again. The first fight, we proved people that it was, you know, it was a great fight. You make great. He's good for good TV, you know. And I wanted to come around, and I see the situation with his family, his daughter, you know, with her skin disorder. And say, you know, she can't, you know, she's growing, and she's getting older. And I always relate my daughter, although there's different situations, but I always look at his daughter and my daughter. As my daughter gets older, she's into different things, and she want to do things. He said his daughter getting into things, but with her disorder, it keeps her back from doing certain things. You know, they said that if she get a scratch, it feels like a third-degree burn. And I don't know anybody that ever had a third-degree burn, but I have, and I know how that feels. And I like, you know, so blessing him again with the opportunity to be on pay-per-view so the world could see, you know, the world could hear his story. You know, you just never know the outcome is gonna be after this. You know, even when he get knocked out, you know, it's gonna be people hitting him up saying, hey, bring your daughter here. Hey, we want to do this for you. We want to do that. And it makes me feel good to know that that's going to be the situation and the case after this fight.
One more.
Deontay, you said this week you think the knockout comes earlier, but you also said with Ortiz you got to take your time to figure him out. So how do those two things, you know?
I mean, you can take your time and still knock somebody out early. You know, just look at my last fight with Brazil. You know what I'm saying?
You didn't take your time a whole lot there.
Well, you know, it was, you know, so when you're saying taking your time, it's also a pace. And with the pace, that's up to you to determine what type of pace you want to take. When you go slow, it's certain levels to being slow. It's certain levels to being fast. You know, when people think about it, they have to be open-minded with this. You know, I can walk slow, but he can walk even slower. You know what I mean? So it's just a pace. So with that being said, I'm gonna take my time, and when I see the opportunity, I'm gonna take my shot. And all it takes is one shot from me. You know, like I said, they have to be perfect for 12 rounds, don't have to be perfect for 2 seconds because of the power that I displayed. And I know I have power. So with knowing that you have it, you know, it's just like having magical powers. In the situation that you need to use it, you use it. And I know it's affect people. If it don't affect them when I hit them the first time, it's gonna affect him when I hit him again. And he be brave enough. See, the thing about boxing, we like to be brave, and we take too many punches because of the bravery, because of the fans. We don't want to get the criticism of them. So most guys are more braver than they should be in boxing. And he continued to be brave. He know how hard I hit. He know what the effect that it's gonna cause. And if you want to be brave, they say, what happens if you hit him and he don't fall? I'm gonna hit him again and again and again and again and again. You know, and that's going to be the end result.
What did you think of him saying you're a big guy on energy? What did you think of his energy saying someone's getting knocked out? And like you're saying, some guys it's worse when they come forward and try to make it a fight. Malik Scott, you sparred with the last week, said that's the case with Luis. He's going to try and make it more of a brawl early, and when you fight Deontay Wilder like that, it only gets you knocked out sooner. So what did you think of what Malik said?
When Ortiz said it's going to be a knockout, it was just like being a preacher, and I can't do nothing but say amen. You know what I mean? Because that is exactly what's going to happen. And when guys come forward to me, because of the power that I have, you're giving me all the momentum that I need, because if I'm coming with full force and your face is coming with full force, when those both connect together, it ain't going to be nothing pretty. It's just like you hitting this wall, Although the wall ain't coming forward, it's solid, but you coming with all the force. That's what happened if you go back with the Spuka fight. Spuka came forward with his head, and it gave me the momentum that I need because I was coming downward. And when it's like that, somebody's gonna get knocked out crazy, and it's more likely gonna be the other guy on the receiving end of this right hand.
All right, we gotta wrap it because the arena's getting ready to shut us out of here.
What do you think of Ben Davison's shot with Deontay?
Thank you guys so much. He should be, Tyson.
Hey, what are you thinking about Alabama football now?
Hey, I'm always carrying Alabama. And I think those guys, they did a great job, and they still in